Funding provided by...
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Small businesses are the backbone of Iowa's communities, and they are backed by Iowa banks. With advice, loans, and financial services, banks across Iowa are committed to showing small businesses the way to a stronger tomorrow. Learn more at iowabankers.com.
To downtown Des Moines as the collective eyes of Iowa will be aimed at our capital city tonight and inside Wells Fargo Arena for our nightcap game of Iowa High School Hoops. It's our second game of the evening here on statewide Iowa PBS. And remember, we're broadcast free of charge to all 99 counties of Iowa. Hello, everyone. I'm Paul Yeager, and joining you tonight, as we like to say, in prime time, as Iowa PBS Sports brings you the highlights, the analysis, and features from right here at our on-site sports desk. And we'll showcase all the pageantry of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Championships. But first, let's go courtside with Brad Wells and Jackie Kalin for their call of the 3A State Championship.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. It is the 3 seed, Ballard at 23-3, and Estherville Lincoln Central, the 4 seed, fighting for the 3A title. Estherville Lincoln Central, a 1982 6-on-6 title, and Ballard, last year's state champ in Class 4A. This year, they go for a 3A title. And Jackie, these two teams, as they've been down here in Des Moines, they will bring their defense right at their opponent. Both games, we expect a good one here today.
Brad, they say defense wins championships. That is why these two teams are here. Very gritty, defensive-minded teams. We're going to see a fun one here tonight as they get up and pressure each other all game long.
Here is more on ELC, their 8th trip to state. A freshman leads the way.
She is an impressive freshman at that, Brad. Very solid scorer, but even more impressive, her defense leads the team in steals. She is alongside Jaden Nichols, a senior post player who's great, solid, fundamental player. The two of them, plus their senior point guard leader, Caitlin Tendall, will lead the way today.
Ballard, some experience here at 4A. You see the defense that we talked about. That's a 3A best. 30 points per game and 2 returning starters from that championship game. And now we turn it over to public address announcer Tim Fitzpatrick.
Fans, it's now time to meet your championship teams.
ELC fans, let's hear it for your midgets!
Ballard fans, let's hear it for your Bombers.
Time to introduce the players for tonight's 3A championship matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters for Estherville Lincoln Central. Number 1, Bree Christopher. Number 3, Abby Sander. Number 5, Tatum Dunleavy. Number 10, Mara White. Number 20, Riley Yeager. Number 21, Gabby Paul. Number 32, Kara Schiltz. Number 33, Taylor Klochek. And number 34, Hillary Rushy. Your assistant coaches, Annie Kalous, Scott Stokes, and David Nichols. And now let's meet your non-starters for Ballard. Number 10, Kylie Calvert. Number 11, Reagan Levy. Number 13, Casey Rigby. Number 15, Casey Larson. Number 21, Aaliyah Thompson. Number 22, Megan Rowetter. Number 32, Kate Miller. Number 34, Paige Noe. Number 42, Elise Van Pelt. And number 55, Brooklyn Baumgartner. Your assistant coaches, Nathan Smith, Mandy Kinzenbaugh, Darren Harold, and Taylor Wilson. And now, here are your starters for tonight's 3A championship. For Estherville Lincoln Central at guard, a 5'7" senior, number 12, Caitlin Tyndall. For Ballard at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 2, Lily Beal. For Estherville Lincoln Central at guard, a 5'6" junior, number 14, Jordan Stokes. For Ballard at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 4, Brooke Levy. At guard for ELC, a 5'6" sophomore, number 22, Chasey Anderson. At forward for Ballard, a 6' senior, number 12, Meg Reitz. At guard for Estherville Lincoln Central, a 5'5" freshman, number 23, Haley Stokes. At guard for Ballard, a 5'7" senior, number 25, Kylie Rigby. And for ELC, at forward, a 5'10" senior, number 44, Jaden Nichols. For Ballard, at forward, a 5'7" junior, number 44, Lily Hillebrand. Head coaches for Estherville Lincoln Central, Don Martindale, and for Ballard, Kelly Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to the area in front of the scorer's table as we introduce your officials for tonight's championship game as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Travis Carroll, Christopher Thomas, Jason Alons, and your bench official, Jared Ray. All right, who's ready for state championship basketball?
I hear you saying you're ready. Let's get to it. Let's take a look at some keys to the game, get things started here. ELC, Jackie, this is their first title game since 2013. Where do they start?
Brad, it'll be important for them to manage their nerves early. I've loved their approach heading into this game, just like any other game. But at the same time, they are a less experienced team on the big stage in comparison to Ballard. And then that strength of sisterhood. This is a team that plays for each other. Jordan Stokes says she loves playing with her sisters, but she loves playing with all of her sisters. And it's that unity and playing together that really got them here.
All right, Ballard, we talked defense. How about offensive momentum?
Well, they really shot the ball well in the semifinal game. Kylie Rigby, 4 for 4, hit big shots. They're going to want to see that continue tonight. As the more shots they make, the easier it is going to be to get in their full court pressure defense.
We are underway here in the 3A title game. Ballard in the white. The 2021 4A state champions. 2 players on that team, starters from last year's championship game. Here's the steal by Haley Stokes, a 5'5" freshman that leads Estherville Lincoln Central in scoring and gets the first points of the championship game.
Well, a pretty fitting play to start the the championship game with a steal. She leads her team in steals. Both of these teams have players that average a lot of steals a game. Kylie Rigby on the other end, there she goes. A continuation from the semifinal game, feeling it from outside.
Yeah, you mentioned it. She started 4 for 4 from three-point land. Did finish 4 for 5 in that semifinal win over West Line, a 5-point win as Ballard scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. And that shot from Stokes rolls off. Rebound by Ballard. Both teams very physical. This is going to be a fun matchup to watch. As Rigby on the drive gets fouled. And so to the free throw line goes Kylie Rigby, the 5'7" senior.
Well, and what I love about Rigby's decision-making there as a three-point shooter, and especially knocking down that first shot, you're getting the defense to have to bite right away. And the fact that she can also put it on the floor and get to the free throw line is huge.
There is head coach for Estherville Lincoln Central, Don Martindale, in his 5th year at ELC, but his 21st career year as a head coach. Will be inducted this spring into the Iowa Girls Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Here is a drive. Hillebrand left it short. The rebound muscled away by J.C. Anderson. ELC, 2 players committed to play basketball in college. Caitlin Tyndall, number 12, and Jaden Nichols. Tyndall will go to Iowa Central Community College. Nichols to Iowa Lakes Community College. 3-point shot, top of the key, good for Tyndall. Had 22 points in the semis and 17 in the quarterfinals here in Des Moines.
She is their senior leader. Coach Barndale says Iowa Central is getting a good one. She is so calm and collected and steady, and their team feeds off of that.
Hillebrand shot off the mark. This is Stokes. Draws the double team and the steal by Beal. And then the foul on Stokes. So first personal on the freshman, Haley Stokes.
We get a good look here of Stokes driving the paint, finding the open player, extra pass, really good offensive play there for ELC.
Tyndall averages 14 points per game, leads Class 3A in made threes, a 1,000 career point scorer. This is Reitz on the drive and gets fouled on her first move, a non-shooting foul. The foul goes on Jordan Stokes, so the 2 Stokes sisters each with an early foul here in the first quarter. And here's Reitz going right back to drive. Shot with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by ELC. And Stokes gets fouled. And the first foul on Ballard will go on Lily Beal.
Well, and Brad, the other key to the game for Ballard is avoiding foul trouble. The quarterfinal game and semifinal game were both games where they got themselves into foul trouble. I don't think they want to test their luck on that for a 3rd time.
It's a feed inside. Nichols with the bucket. Had Lily Beal on her. And Lily Beal for Ballard, a defender that just does an outstanding job defending kids much taller than her. There's always that defensive stopper, a girl that takes pride in defense.
Oh, she has just been so impressive. Loves the challenge.
And you see the defensive intensity that teams put out. Loose balls will be a lot of fun. Teams will go after it in this late game. Stokes off the mark. Levy wants to push it ahead. Brooke Levy is going to play college basketball at Fort Hays. Feeds it to Hillebrand and swatted away off the knee of Hillebrand. Good defense by ELC. And substitutions into the game. Paige Noe checks in for Ballard, as does Aaliyah Thompson. Thompson, a 6-foot sophomore, Noe at 5'8", a junior. And a carry called on Stokes, and you're seeing some full court pressure here in the first quarter.
That is what the defense is trying to do, is make the offense uncomfortable. There, Ballard showing a zone full court defense, a little bit different than the full court pressure man-to-man that ELC shows them. Both teams trying to make each other uncomfortable. Ballard doing a great job on that possession.
Well, he gets it back to Levy. Levy's the team leading scorer at almost 13 points per game. Looking for help and throws it away. A steal by Tyndall. And it's going to stay with ELC. As you see, head coach Don Martindale. And a timeout taken by Ballard to talk things over. So Ballard head coach Kelly Anderson.
And then we're throwing the ball, okay? It's over. Relax. The game started, okay? Get rid of the lux. Start playing basketball, all right? Let's go.
For Ballard and head coach Kelly Anderson, they have a team motto that they have stuck by since a previous head coach, Merle Oberding. He enacted the motto, nobody. It starts with nobody outworks us, nobody outplays us in the fourth quarter. Nobody's gonna like us by the end of it.
Well, and you just heard Coach Anderson saying that huddle, nobody's cutting hard. That is not their type of way of playing. As you mentioned, they're the ones that cut hard and outplay people. And so I love hearing him go straight to that motto and get his team to settle in here.
Both teams with experience here at State, and Ballard winning the 4A state championship game a season ago. You can point to that experience as a possible advantage for Ballard, but it's still another championship game that you're playing in, Jackie.
You're exactly right, and I mean, this atmosphere is incredible. Playing in the Well, in front of these types of fans, on a big stage. As you mentioned, even with the experience from a year ago, you can hear Coach Anderson trying to get them to settle in. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's exciting, and I have no doubt both of these teams here, you know, we've already seen big plays defensively, and part of it can just be that. They're similar teams, and they're going to be making each other uncomfortable most of the game.
There's a jump ball in that last rebound. Possession arrow favored Ballard. There's a feed to Levy. Now on the drive is Noe. That's rebounded by Nichols. Nichols 11 points per game for Estherville Lincoln Central. Over 6 rebounds a contest. That's a team high. There's a takeaway. Thompson all the way, gets the lay-in. It's a 1-point game with 1:44 to go in the first quarter.
And that's just a great job of using your hands defensively, poking up at the ball to avoid the foul call. Got herself a breakaway layup.
Deep three from Nichols. Rigby couldn't quite get the handle of that rebound, and now Levy able to corral it for the Bombers. Ballard 23-3 on the season. ELC 25-2. Rigby, every time she fires a three-point shot, the crowd for Ballard just waits to erupt. What a move from Stokes. Layup won't fall. It's a feed inside. The finish not there for Thompson. And a foul on Aaliyah Thompson. The 6-foot sophomore had 5 points, 4 rebounds in the semifinal game. Substitutions. Reitz back in. Rigby gets a breather. Beal gets a rest as well. Hillebrand back on the floor Final minute of the first quarter. So pass ahead to Jordan Stokes. Jordan Stokes, Haley Stokes, two sisters. Jordan says she loves playing with her sister. Their first year ever playing basketball together. And followed it up with, I love playing with all my sisters. Both these teams, Jackie, you get a nice family vibe here.
Absolutely. They both, after the semifinal game yesterday, when we were talking to the players after the game, kept pointing at each other and just talking about how much they love playing with their teammates.
Levy gets on the board right before the end of the first quarter, and Ballard now a 1-point lead after one. Let's send it up to Paul Yeager here at Wells Fargo Arena.
Thank you very much, Brad and Jackie. And let's tell you how these two teams made their way into the final. And it was in the semifinal action. Early on, it was Unity Christian and Estherville Lincoln Central. That's Caitlin Tyndall all the way down for the layup, and then another move to the hoop. And then let's take a look at that three-shot from Haley Stokes. Brad was just talking about her. Big shot from there as ELC advanced with a 13-point win over the defending 3A champion. Ballard, as we said, won the title in 4A last year against West Lyon, who was in the title game last year in 3A. Brick Levy, Meg Reitz, and soon you're going to see Kylie Rigby for Ballard in this game against West Lyon, and Ballard advances by a 5-point victory. Let's go back downstairs.
Fans, each year at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, the Iowa Bankers Association presents the Student Athlete Achievement Award to a student athlete who excels on the court, in the classroom, and in her community. The recipient receives a $1,000 scholarship to the college of her choice. The 2022 Student Athlete Achievement Award winner is Xavier Metzger from West Lyon High School. Presenting the 2022 award is Jared Vandersanden from People's Bank in Rock Valley. Congratulations to Xavier, and thanks to Jared Vandersanden with People's Bank and the Iowa Bankers Association for their sponsorship of this award and their continued support of the IGHSAU.
Great support for these high school student athletes across the entire state. It's no different for these two basketball teams that we see. Ballard head coach Kelly Anderson in his 11th year at Ballard. He recorded his 200th win this season. 15 wins on his career. And for Ballard, that team motto, nobody, we talked about him, that, Merle Oberding, the former coach that kind of brought that nobody motto. He was head coach from '94 to 2011. Coach that was an assistant for 6-on-6 under head coach Craig Scott. And the third year Merle was head coach, Ballard went to state, and Ballard basketball has been thirsting for the state tournament every year ever since.
Well, they have such a rich history, rich tradition. Really great players that have come from this program and done great things in college basketball.
It's a shot from Anderson, and last touch by Nichols. So Ballard with the 1-point lead gets the basketball back. And Ballard with a super fan in the house as well. One of those fans, you know, Jackie, that's the first one there all the time, always talks to the team ahead of home games. Elmer Vespestad is here in Wells Fargo Arena. He's got a fun connection, a 1965 Ballard grad. As Thompson gets two more. Good connection. Elmer's son, Corey, football co-head coach, was here for last year's state championship game and would love to see another. This is Jordan Stokes getting fouled. It goes on on Noe.
And I think Estherville Lincoln Central is still trying to find their rhythm offensively. Ballard, making a few of their last shots, has been able to set up their full court pressure zone defense. And so far, I feel like they've taken ELC out of what they're looking to do. ELC still needs to find their rhythm.
It's a three from the top of the key. With the back heel for Stokes. Snowy on the flip to Levy. Levy just 2 points. A deep three now from Levy, and it's good.
Almost like she heard you, Brad. Levy does it all. Incredible point guard. As we see, she can shoot from deep, runs this team, shares the ball, knows when to keep it herself and when to get her teammates involved.
And a 10-second violation. That Ballard defense is cranked up after this three-pointer from Levy.
Well, this is just a great job. Wasn't a perfect pass, caught out of rhythm. Levy just doing a great job of getting her eyes right at the rim and getting set to knock down the three.
From behind the NBA three-point line that's here in the Well. 6-point lead for Ballard. Be back to Rigby. Right wing three off for Thompson. Offensive rebound. Now Thompson attacks. Rigby will pull the trigger. Left it short. Rebound grabbed by Anderson. We mentioned Tyndall and Nichols for ELC will play college basketball. For Ballard, Levy's planning on playing basketball at Fort Hays Community College. Reitz will play at Wayne State next year, and Kyler Rigby at Loris, as we talked about. As there you see Lily Beal, a junior. And Jackie, for Ballard, last year winning the 4A state title. From day one, they're talking about repeating as state champions. Have never been afraid to say, this is our #1 goal.
When they came in with 3 of them, win the conference title, make it to state, and win state. And this year, they're especially happy. They're in the white jersey, the home team, excited to try to get that 3rd goal completed.
And I believe we have a foul called along the baseline. That goes on Lily Beal. And that will be #2 on Lily Beal. And so she's going to check out, one of the Ballard top defenders.
Lily Beal does it all. She's one of the most unselfish players. You mentioned earlier a defensive focus. Defense is her thing, but she really does it in all categories. Not great for Ballard to have her on the bench probably for the rest of this half. But as I mentioned, they've had 2 games in a row of experiencing foul trouble and have been able to still get themselves through it.
Well, an equalizer here for ELC. Jordan Stokes called for hooking her defender with a basketball, called for the offensive foul. That's #2 on her. She's going to take a seat with 4:45 to play. Levy, nice feed to Thompson. The putback won't go. And the rebound cleared by Riley Yeager.
She didn't finish, but Brad, that was a beautiful backdoor cut and exactly what you need to do when you're feeling that kind of pressure.
Here's Stokes, the freshman, working against Levy. And a traveling called on Anderson in the corner. You see, both teams' defense is really keeping the other team out of sorts offensively.
They are, and I think we thought this is what we were going to see tonight. I mean, these are 2 incredibly defensive-minded teams. I think they remind each other of themselves in certain ways. Slight difference in the way that they pressure in the full court. Ballard more of a zone defense, and ELC man-to-man, but very similar in the way that they make each other uncomfortable. And I think we're going to continue to see this kind of pressure. It will be interesting to see which team can find their rhythm offensively.
And I say it feels like the hardest practice of the year, and at the end of it, we'll hand out a state championship trophy. A deep three from the left wing once again for Levy. And somehow Jaeger came up with that basketball. Mitchell setting the screen for Stokes. Lily Stokes now drives, gets blocked by Thompson. Reitz clears the rebound. They play at Wayne State. From the corner, too strong for Rigby. And 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Fadeaway, tough shot for Tyndall. And Rigby the rebound. Jackie, as tough as both of these teams play defensively, you feel like they're almost starting to feel some fatigue already at the end of the second quarter.
We can definitely see a lot of the players out here breathing hard. I think it's a mixture. This is the third game of the tournament. Neither team goes super deep into their bench. So physically, they're definitely feeling some exhaustion, you know, from this being the last game in the tournament. At this point, you just play with adrenaline and fight through it. But we're definitely seeing some offensive mistakes as a result of how hard each team is playing defensively.
2.5 to play here in the second quarter. Stokes sees a wide open lane and an and-one opportunity.
Incredible finish by the freshman. Miscommunication defensively. You can see they kind of miscommunicate. Ballard keeps both defenders up high, gives Stokes the lane, and a great finish with the contact.
The free throw is good, and it's a 3-point game. Hillebrand checks in for Thompson. Thompson commits her first personal foul. It's Levy on the shot. Clearing the rebound is Caitlin Tyndall. Tyndall, one of those calming presences for ELC.
So steady. You very rarely see her show emotion, but in the best way. Coach says her teammates look to her for that exactly. Through the ups and the downs, they always know what to expect from Tyndall.
It's a feed into Nichols. And this is Tyndall, 5'7" senior guard. Leading Class 3A and three-pointers made. Was on the 2019 state tournament team. Scored 1,000 career points. There's a three-point attempt. No good for Tyndall, and Rigby another rebound.
That possession offensively for ELC wasn't their best. A lot of trying to beat their defender one-on-one, instead of doing what they do best, which is share the basketball, get each other involved, fall in love with those easy baskets. I suspect that's what they'll get back to in the second half.
There's Levy. 40 seconds here in this second quarter. The teams, Jackie, I wonder if it is a little bit of that 3 games in a week. That's knocked out of bounds by Stokes. You see a lot of teams taking a lot of time at the end of each quarter. Got a shot clock that's coming too. Girls basketball and boys basketball at the high school level starting next year. No word yet on what the time will be on the shot clock.
That'll definitely change the game in terms of how teams approach the end of each quarter, the end of games. You know, we've seen teams start to change the way how aggressive they are with a lot of time left in the fourth quarter. That'll change that.
3 at the horn by Noe is too strong, and it's a 3-point Ballard lead at 13-10 over ELC. So last year, state champs up 3 at halftime. a very low-scoring affair. Jackie, you were talking defense at the start of this game. I didn't know they would lock them down this much here.
I wouldn't have guessed it was this low, but I'm honestly not surprised. These two teams are both so locked in defensively, and you can tell how uncomfortable they're making it for each other.
Ballard in their 3rd straight state tournament. ELC in their 8th overall. Let's send it up to Paul Yeager, who is up top here in the well.
All right, thank you very much, Brad and Jackie. And I guess we're going to kind of pick up with the conversation of what Brad and Jackie were just talking about, Coach Anderson. What do you think, Kelly? Is this good defense? A little bit of nerves, a little bit of tired? What's going on with the shooting here?
I think you just hit on all 3 of them right there. Yeah. Little tired. You can tell we're a little gassed. We're going hard for the last couple days. Little nerves with that, and good defense on both sides. So yeah, I think it's all 3.
All right, so 2nd straight state championship game. You go into the locker room right now. What's going to be the first thing that you tell them?
We got finish. Geez Louise, we're getting to the hoop. We're just not finishing when we get there. If we would have, we'd be up by 6 or 8 right now. So that's going to be a key for us in the second half. Is we just got to get the ball in the hoop. We're doing a great job on the defensive end. We just got to get the ball in the hoop.
I appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second half.
You bet. Thanks.
That's head coach Kelly Anderson of the Ballard Bombers. So you hear about poor shooting, good defense. It all happens here at the state tournament, and there's also pageantry. Let's go back down to the floor.
The Jack North Basketball Award is given annually to the top senior performer from the previous year's state basketball tournament. Presenting the award, which is named in honor of the late Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's information director, is Gene Berger, executive director of the IGHSAU. Escorting all of our award winners tonight is the 2022 recipient of the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship, Maddie Schultz of Woodbury Central. The Jack North Award recipient from the 2021 state basketball tournament is Katie Dinnebier from Waukee High School. Katie, who was the 2021 Miss Iowa Basketball, averaged over 20 points and was named Class 5A All-Tournament Captain in leading Waukee to the Class 5A State Championship. Katie is continuing her basketball career at Drake University, where she's majoring in health sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 2021 Jack North Basketball Award from Waukee, Katie Dinnebier. Accepting the award on Katie's behalf are her parents, John and Tony. Congratulations. The Character Counts Coach of the Year Award honors a worthy recipient who embodies the 6 pillars of character: trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Rather than spotlight winning records and isolated acts of heroism or generosity, the award was conceived to recognize individuals whose coaching lives and achievements demonstrate an enduring commitment. Presenting tonight's award is Scott Racker, Chuck Long, and Gene Berger. The 2022 recipient of the Character Counts Coach of the Year Award is Julie Gersh from Waterloo Columbus Catholic High School. In recognition of this honor, a $1,000 cash award will be made in Julie's name to the Columbus Catholic Athletic Department to further enhance character development initiatives. Julie will be heading into her 10th season as Columbus Catholic soccer coach. She owns a record of 92-38 and has led 5 Sailor teams to the state soccer tournament. She's coached several players to all state honors and has been honored as the District and State Coach of the Year. Most recently, Julie was honored as the NFHS Iowa Coach of the Year, as well as the 2021 NFHS Central Region Coach of the Year, while also serving a term on the IGHSAU Soccer Advisory Committee. Julie is a special education instructional coach for the Waterloo Community School District. She and her husband have 3 daughters, Sophia, Ella, and Gia. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2022 Character Counts Coach of the Year from Waterloo Columbus Catholic, Julie Gersh. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's First Lady Award is the most prestigious award the IGHSAU bestows on an individual. It is given to a daughter of Iowa, recognizing the millions of girls of the Commonwealth who have carried the tradition and training of a sport into varied and important careers, and for singularly illustrious and most memorable accomplishments. This year's 2022 First Lady Award recipient is Michelle Conlon of Iowa City. Michelle was a multi-sport athlete at Iowa City High, playing softball, basketball, and volleyball. However, her best sport was tennis, where she was a two-time state tennis champion. She went on to play tennis at the University of Iowa and played #1 singles and doubles all 4 years with the Hawkeyes. Her tennis career transitioned into coaching, and she was the head tennis coach at Iowa State from 1994 through 2008. Michelle returned home to Iowa City in 2009 and is now the director of tennis at the University of Iowa's Hawkeye Tennis and Recreation Complex in Iowa City. Michelle's tennis expertise has been influential for the IGHSAU, as Michelle has served as tournament host for several girls' state tennis tournaments. She truly is an ambassador to the sport of tennis. Congratulations to the recipient of the IGHSAU First Lady Award, Michelle Conlon. Joining Michelle tonight are her mother, Pat, brothers Mike and PJ, and sister-in-law, Shelley. Congratulations. The E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship, honoring the longtime Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Executive Secretary, is a $15,000 scholarship given annually to the individual that best represents Dr. Cooley's ideal of the Iowa girl. Maddie Schultz, a senior from Woodbury Central, is the 2022 recipient of the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship Award. Maddie was selected from 98 applicants from high schools across Iowa. Maddie ranks first in her class and is active in numerous activities in school, including student council, yearbook, speech, and theater. Maddie has earned 11 letters playing softball, volleyball, and golf, while also receiving all conference honors in all 3 sports. Maddie is also active with various community projects. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the 2022 recipient of the E. Wayne Cooley Scholarship from Woodbury Central, Maddie Schultz.
Congratulations to all of those winners. Great stories indeed. So they're going to do the sweep behind us. When I hear that music, I do go back a little bit in time. Let's go back to 1972, when the girls from Roland Story rolled into the state championship of 6-on-6 and a showdown with Guthrie Center. An experienced group of young women drew from previous trips to Veterans Auditorium and community support to claim a state title. We sat down with some of these state champions to reflect on a special night 50 years ago.
I think we were a very disciplined ball club, but we played with a lot of joy. Should we say that, Miss Reese?
A lot of joy.
We really had fun together. We were close friends on and off the court. Not that we hung around 24/7 together, but we genuinely liked each other. And as a team, no one cared who got the credit. I mean, we were a team in every sense of the word.
I think we had a lot of respect for our coaches, and we had a lot of respect for each other, as well as our fans. We had such a great fan base, and it was like we had to do this. We had to do it for all the people.
Nelson out to Greg. Kameen in and under. Captain Kameen shoots.
We'd been to the state the year before, and we'd lost the first game to Montezuma, which had like an 89-game winning streak. We were pretty psyched. But anyway, we had a great time, and we really enjoyed it. We said, hey, next year, we're going to not only come to the state tournament, but we're also going to win the state tournament. So that was kind of our goal at the beginning of the season. And then when we started out 1-2, and we played some pretty good teams, but we lost one game by 33 points and another game by 24 points. So that's probably why we were never rated. And, but our goal was to go to state, and the coaches, they did such an awesome job coaching us. I mean, look, we started 1-2, and we just really believed in ourselves, and we really practiced hard. And when we would scrimmage, I mean, there was no mercy. I mean, we practiced hard, Maybe have scratches on your arms. Thank you, Karen. But, no, I'm just kidding. but that was us. I mean, we just had a great work ethic.
Vanessa Wickland. Nice job of blocking that shot by Karen Ridland. That Ridland's playing some basketball, Larry?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is, Jim.
I think our coaches had us believing in ourselves so much. And you never really...
We can do it.
Yeah, we can do it. And they really didn't think back to the losses we'd had. It was how we'd improved throughout the year. And it got to the point, it's like, we're capable of doing this. We've been down to the Vets Auditorium. We know what it's like. We're going back, and we're going to do it this time.
I remember Bill saying that we made it. We're going to be there. And every win that we have from now on is just gravy. So we just kept going and got more gravy.
Nelson, over to Kameen, to Greg. There goes.
The fan support was just unreal. You know, and you have to remember that we're a fairly newly reorganized school district, and I think all the success that we had with softball and basketball, you know, winning state tournament, that had to help cement that reorganization.
I think there is a bond there that just becomes lifelong after that. There's a confidence in these people are going to be there for you through thick and thin, and they have been.
Fantastic ball players, not necessarily outstanding, just good, hard workers. And of course, the teamwork then came through. But every single one of them developed into wonderful mothers and grandmothers now, you know, had really good jobs and, you know, careers and so forth. So, like you say, the village, you know, raises them. You know, the communities are amazing, and that came through in the people that they became.
But you did have a few questions along the way, didn't you?
Maybe a doubt or two, but they overcame it.
Yeah.
We talked about sometimes not really realizing at that age what an experience it was to be in the state tournament, what experience it was to be interviewed on WHO radio or different things that we did. And now we look back on it and think, wow, you know, that was, not everybody gets that experience.
That's exactly right. We were 16, 17 years old. And it was like, wow, this is a lot of fun. But now we're still talking about it 50 years from that day. So this was a big deal.
Still get the feeling every time I watch a state championship game. I mean, you get that same, wow. That was something. That
I'm
was
not that
fun.
emotional, but when I watch that, I see how excited they are. I start crying because
anyone that wins a championship, we're excited for them.
I know. Because the memories were so fantastic.
Midwife calling. Hello, Nurse Franklin. Long time no see.
Call the Midwife is back.
No one's higher up in the nuns' fan club than me.
Amen.
They are the best of the East End.
I will go where I am summoned. I'm so glad you've asked for help.
May I introduce your daughter?
She's beautiful.
Coming to Iowa PBS, March 20th.
The American identity begins when Benjamin Franklin knit the American colonies together.
Franklin is endlessly interesting.
Printer, scientist, revolutionary.
He is the only founding father who evidently had a sense of humor.
His vision is broader than the American Revolution.
The things that he spoke of, that he wrote about, had a certain amount of power.
He really was an American genius.
Starts Monday, April 4th on Iowa PBS and the PBS Video app.
We talk about traditions, and this is one of the ones that I remember and always look forward to see. They dim the lights. The tuxedo sweep. Got to have a clean floor, and you got to be dressed in a tuxedo. So why not put the two together? We've been doing it for years. That's one of the fun things here at the state basketball tournament. All right, we're going to have a little different halftime than what we've done in the past. You've seen our stories. We just talked about the 50-year team, but we're going to talk bowling. Kennedy Bigwood she's a state champion. You saw her walk in the last game in that parade of champions. Let's first talk about you were a champion just barely a week ago. What does it mean to you to be a state champion?
It's definitely an honor and something I'm really proud of. It's surprising. I was really surprised, but it's an honor.
You make it sound like it was some special gift. You had to earn this through, they changed the format of the tournament this year. You're from Comanche, you have to qualify at a district. You get to state. What happened in that first round at state? What did you have to do?
First round at state this year, we had to bowl head-to-head against someone in order to make it to the next round, which was a challenge because, you know, anything can happen in that one game.
Anything can happen in that one game. And then you move on to that, and then there's more head-to-heads that come after that, after you're seeded?
Yeah, so after your first game, everyone bowls one game, and then there's 4 people left, so there's, you know, each person bowls someone, and then after that, there's one more finals. So there's 3 head-to-head games to come out on top.
All right, couple questions. When did you first bowl? What age were you?
Oh gosh, well, growing up in a small town, I'm always at the bowling alley, so I'd say I started bowling probably as soon as I could walk.
As soon as you could walk, and when did it start to pick up? You're like, hey, I'm pretty good at this.
Well, like I said, being at the bowling alley a lot, I spent lots of time in my childhood bowling many games, and then towards the end of middle school, I decided that, wow, I actually really like bowling, you know, maybe I'll take this more serious.
Real quick, I know they want me to finish up, but I need to ask you, you also played basketball this year, too. How'd you juggle the 2 sports, especially after a knee injury last year?
It was definitely a challenge coming back from a knee injury, especially because I, you know, didn't want anything bad to happen again, but it took a lot of time.
It's good to have you back. Glad you're enjoying the tournament. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On that state crown. Nice to meet you as well.
Thank you.
That's Kennedy Bigwood from Comanche. She was the state champion bowler in Class 1A. We're going to continue with our halftime show when we step aside for just a moment, and we'll get a conversation with the coach. Stay with us.
Coming to Iowa Public Television, a journey from our western hills to our Golden Dome. Our state, from the Mississippi to the Missouri rivers and the scenery in between. Iowa, land and sky.
Tune in or stream Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Celtic Thunder returns to public television with a review show that combines 10 years of Celtic Thunder's greatest hits. Celtic Thunder Ireland features the songs and performances that launch Celtic Thunder into the hearts of public television viewers across the U.S.
Tune in or stream Thursday at 7 p.m.
Find your favorite programs on Iowa PBS. Explore the historic buildings of Iowa City. Experience incredible concerts with music icons.
And my love good.
And dig into garden trends you can use in your own backyard. Programs made possible in large part by the support of viewers like you. Join Iowa PBS for Festival.
The American identity begins when Benjamin Franklin knit the American colonies together.
Franklin is endlessly interesting.
Printer, scientist, revolutionary.
He is the only founding father who evidently had a sense of humor.
His vision is broader than the American Revolution.
The things that he spoke of, that he wrote about, had a certain amount of power.
He really was an American genius.
Starts Monday, April 4th on Iowa PBS and the PBS video app.
Halftime, Ballard leads Estherville Lincoln Central 13-10, and joining us now is ELC head coach Don Martindale. And coach, this is your first state championship game. It goes fairly quick. Did you expect this much defense in the first half in this championship game?
Well, that's a great question. I think the fans are getting to see why these two teams are in the championship game, certainly with the type of defense both teams play. I think both teams were a little tight. I didn't think that we moved the ball especially well as we're capable of. I think Kelly Coach Anderson would probably say the same thing. It's just two very good defensive teams going at it, and somebody's going to crack something loose here in the second half. I'm certainly sure of that.
Right. Real quick before we go, Haley Stokes has been big for you in this first half. She continues. Do you need her to create to kind of open up the other parts of the offense?
Yeah, we had that conversation at halftime. We're certainly going to have to get the floor spread out a little bit more, but let's give Ballard a lot of credit too. Therefore, they're really gapping us pretty good, but she's got to get going as our whole team does, that's for sure.
Okay. All right, Coach, thank you for the time. Appreciate it. Best of luck the second half.
Thank you much. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. That's head coach Don Martindale from Estherville Lincoln Central. So it's going to be pretty easy in these highlights to show almost every basket. Just low-scoring game, but Haley Stokes, as we just talked about with Coach Martindale, he said he needs his team to see these highlights because he needs them to be more like Haley. The freshman has been big. She has 5 of their 10 points, so half of the offensive production from Haley. But unfortunately, she gets it stolen away by Aaliyah Thompson. Thompson's going to put in 4 off of her bench time. But she collects on the rebound there and puts it back in. Brooke Levy, who we talked about a lot, Jackie and I in the pregame show, Levy hit the 3. The only time she sat down was with some blood. She kept driving. She'd have 5 points. Very easily to show every one of these first half highlights, but let's break down the statistics a little bit more with Brad Wells and Jackie Kaling courtside. Have a good second half, you two.
Hey, thank you very much, Paul. There you see the good defense resulting in some tough-looking offensive numbers, and the field goals, 3-point shooting, rebounds has been a big key for Ballard.
It has, and that 6-rebound difference, 6 offensive rebounds for Ballard, 0 for Estherville Lincoln Central. So Ballard giving themselves some extra opportunities, but you heard Coach Anderson say, right before they headed into the locker room, they got to start finishing some of those bunnies.
Turnovers pretty even. 6 for Ballard, 7 for ELC. The defenses going right at their opponent. So get started here in the third quarter. Ballard with the basketball, the 2021 4A state champs. We beat Glenwood a season ago in the state title game. Susie Fleischman hit a 3 to win it.
The turnover there, Brad, but you know what I love is as soon as it happened, Haley Stokes goes right up to Davis and says, it's okay. Quick high five, got to reset, get back into the next possession. Love that.
So Ballard gets it back. Hillebrand, the top of the key. Now on the drive goes Reitz, and that's pulled in by Nichols for the rebound. Here comes Haley Stokes. Freshman good out in open space. Nichols will fire the 3. A good look that time for Nichols.
Well, that is what Estherville Lincoln Central needs to do in this second half, is take good shots and create for each other. Coach Martindale said they did not move the ball as well as they normally do. They normally share it really well. Haley Stokes very good at creating. They're getting some good looks early.
Tyndall steps into a 3. That's off the mark. Saved in the corner by Anderson.
Great hustle play. Great hustle play by J.C. Anderson. Those are the little things. She's that 4-sport athlete. I think this is her 4th state tournament in her 4th sport.
It started back in 2021 at the state track and field meet. She was at the state softball meet competing, also competed this last fall, state cross country, and now keeping her string together at the state basketball tournament and looking for a state title. There's Tyndall working against Hillebrand. ELC, we heard from Coach Martindale there at halftime. A put back by Nichols. Another attempt, and finally draws a foul on Reitz.
Jada Nichols doing a great job there of staying with it. Both teams are so handsy defensively. If you watch players as they drive to the rim, there's hands poking in at the ball from both sides, making it really difficult. Nichols just doing a great job there of sticking with it.
Nichols has been here before, part of that 2019 state tournament team. As you see, Aaliyah Thompson checking in, had 4 points in that first half. Hillebrand gets a breather. For ELC, Jackie, at the top of the screen, you see the assistant coaches, head coach Don Martindale, so appreciative of all the hard work his assistant coaches put in. Annie Calouse, a one-time Ellsworth Community College head coach, was there for 15 years, finished 5th at Nationals one year, by the way. She's on the bench for ELC. And then a couple of dads. The Stokes sisters' dad, Scott, handles all the scouts. And Jaden Mitchell's dad, David, on staff. And Stokes can't get the layup to fall. It's going to stay with ELC.
When, as you mentioned, Coach Don Martindale, the first thing he did yesterday was point to everyone around him in terms of credit for why they're in this state championship. He is so grateful for Coach Stokes and Coach Nichols for their work developmentally in their formative years. These players have been playing together for a long time, and he talks about how big of an impact those guys have had.
25-2. They've won 13 games in a row, looking to make it 14 in a row to win an Iowa Class 3A state championship. Last time ELC won a state title, 1982. That was some more of that 6-on-6 basketball you saw at halftime. That story on Roland's story. It was just Estherville at that time. This is their 5th title game. They were runners-up in 99, 2011, and 2013. And ELC's only 2 losses to Newell Fonda and Central Lyon this year.
Both of these teams played really tough schedules all year long, intentionally, to prepare them for the state tournament.
There's another offensive rebound for Ballard. Now a takeaway by Stokes. And Stokes in the corner, turns it over. Noe, the layup, in and out. Rebounded by Nichols.
Those are the little bunnies Coach Anderson was talking about in a state championship game. You gotta knock those down. You can see the disappointment on his face, but their senior leader, none other than Brooke Levy, who's clapping her hands, making sure that they stay energetic, stay with it.
This is Jordan Stokes, the junior of the Stokes. Had 13 points in the semifinals. That's her first points of the championship game. And the quick answer by Meg Reitz.
Meg Reitz is someone who has really, really had an incredible season for Ballard. Really good rebounder, leads the team. Quiet presence, not very loud vocally, but a very confident player.
This foul is going to go on Brooke Levy. That's her 2nd personal foul. And back to the free throw line goes Nichols. She was 1 of 2. Her first attempt gets the friendly roll. As Kylie Rigby is back into the game, Beal will sit for Ballard. Ballard, such a rich tradition of basketball. The 2019 state champs, the 2021 state champs in 4A, lost it in 06. They've had some good players come through Ballard High School, Jackie.
They absolutely have. Amanda Zimmerman going on Iowa State, Taylor Greenfield, Allison Lacey, Allie Jensen, the list goes on.
Allison Lacey played at Iowa State. Coach TJ Atzelberger's wife, she's back in Cyclone gear all the time. Taylor Greenfield played at Stanford. There's a big shot from the corner. Noe from outside.
Paige Noe was big for them in the quarterfinal game as well. Ballard really having a couple strong plays from players off the bench have been a big part of this game.
This is a foul that's going to go on Aaliyah Thompson. Let's go back to that junior from the outside.
When a lot of these types of plays are occurring on turnovers, steals leading to the open court, defense not able to get back and set up. Noe doing a great job of knocking it down.
Stokes the bucket on the inbounds play. It's the the deficit down to 1, and a foul called on J.C. Anderson. It's number 1 on Anderson. Anderson, a 5'6" sophomore. Said playing in the state basketball championship game is a dream come true. Kind of interesting. We talked about Ballard winning it last year. Their number 1 goal. Let's win the state championship again. They said it from day one. For ELC, it was kind of bring max effort every day in practice in every game. They differ in that regard, and really maybe that regard alone.
They do. I was just going to say, for how similar these two teams play, very different approaches, and both led them here. And as you mentioned, Estherville Lincoln Central wasn't necessarily talking about getting to state and winning state, but just outplaying their opponents every day. Each next game is the most important game.
That is Caitlin Tyndall, the senior. Averages 14 a game. She's got 5 now. Here is Reitz, left it short. That's Mitchell's the rebound. And ELC with the lead. Led by as many as 3 in the first quarter. And there's Stokes, gets through 2 defenders. And a timeout taken by Ballard.
Gotta love the energy.
Head coach Don Martindale likes what he's seeing here, as first it was Tyndall and then it was Stokes.
When we see Tyndall there tucking the ball close to her body, that is an adjustment from all of the hands from Ballard in that first half. Great read. And then Stokes, just a freshman, Brad, to have the ability to go all the way to the, you got to get all the way to the rim unless you're stopped. We see a lot of players look to pass too soon. Stokes knew she was going to take it unless she gets cut off all the way. Never did. All the way to the rim for the bucket. 2 big plays for ELC.
Well, Don Martindale in his 5th year at ELC, his 21st year coaching girls basketball. He previously was at Spencer. He was also, before he was girls basketball coach, spent 20 years as the boys basketball coach. A now retired elementary PE and high school PE teacher, came out of retirement to coach this ELC team, and likes to credit Brad Leonard and Shane Calouse for bringing him back. It's been great here. First year, he said we had 2 wins. Thought, what did I get into? The second or third year, they were at the state tournament.
He's very, very proud of that, as he should be.
Now ELC with a 3-point lead. The floater from Levy. No good. There's Haley Stokes. Leads ELC with 7 points. There's a takeaway by Levy. Levy wants to run. 3-on-1. Gives it away. The defensive swat by Stokes.
Love the read there by Levy. Just a great defensive play by Stokes to hustle down and come from behind Levy's vision.
And Stokes is the one that lost it too, came all the way back to make the play on the defensive end of the floor. We're telling you, these teams love their defense.
They sure do. All of them are bought in to the way that they want to play, which is first focus, defense. They're going to get it done defensively. The team's both finding a little bit more momentum offensively, but we're going to continue to see big defensive plays for the rest of the night.
34 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. ELC was down 3 at halftime and up 3 here in the final seconds. Stokes off a screen from Nichols, left open at the top of the key. Makes him pay.
Huge. Wow, Haley Stokes. Huge bucket there. And we've seen Brooke Levy give her space quite a bit throughout this game, choosing to take away her drive. Haley Stokes doing what she needs to do to make her pay.
ELC feeling the momentum as Haley Stokes, the freshman, into double figures. She has 10 points. Stokes, just a freshman. Let's take a look now at where these two teams come from. Pull up that old state map. We are in the capital city of Des Moines. 25-mile drive for Ballard. They've been in school every day this week. For ELC, a little over 3 hours in the car, and they have spent the week here in Des Moines. And now it is a tight game with just the fourth quarter to go. And Jackie, the defense has been fantastic. The offense is now starting to find some rhythm.
It's starting to heat up, and that's what both coaches needed from their team, is to find their rhythm, settle in, play basketball by sharing the ball, not trying to play one-on-one. Both teams have been doing a better job of that this half.
What's impressing you about this freshman Stokes that's now getting it going offensively?
I continue to be so impressed by the way that she plays on both ends of the court. This is not a freshman that only focuses on getting her points or just what's going on the offensive end, but she really gets her energy from the way she plays defensively. She's getting her teammates involved, taking the shot when she needs to. She's been incredible.
For Ballard, they're the defending champs of the 4A field, looking for a 3A title. They've been here before, right?
It'll be interesting to see how that plays into the end of this game. When you have had that experience and it comes down to pressure situations, you got to look to Ballard, having been here before, playing in those close championship games. ELC, not so much, but that doesn't mean that they aren't going to find a way to get the win at the end.
8 minutes for both of these teams to battle for one trophy. And an offensive turnover here. I believe we had a 5-second call. I believe it was a 5-second call that was whistled. The defense from Ballard now hitting another notch, down 6.
You can kind of feel the momentum change just on that one possession. The energy was definitely towards Estherville Lincoln Central, and all of a sudden with that one play, the energy kind of went away, and we're back to just kind of playing it out.
This is Reitz on the wing. She's got 2 points, just 1 of 6. That rolls in and out, no good. And here's Jordan Stokes coming away with the rebound.
ELC is continuing to give the ball to Haley Stokes, letting her go one-on-one and create for herself or her teammates, depending on what the defense does.
Coach says she's always in command, and you want to know one of the best compliments for a kid who leads their team in scoring? When coach says, I love her defense. You're right, she will do it on both sides. Ballard comes up with the takeaway. Here's Levy, a good look. Rebound pulled in by Nichols.
Well, Brad, the last couple of outside shots taken by Ballard have been short. Common, third game in the tournament, second half. Your legs are tired. It's going to be important to really get underneath your shot if they continue to shoot from outside.
Jackie with our low-scoring first half. Remember, it was 13-10 at halftime. As you see a foul called on Beal, that'll be the third on Beal. She's that defensive stopper, too. Wants to go get that opponent best defender. Now, fun fact coming on low-scoring games coming up right after this this timeout. ELC a 6-point lead, though. Let's dive into the huddle of the Ballard Bombers and head coach Kelly Anderson.
They're going to pull it out. They're going to kind of do what we do here, okay? So we got to get up. Let's get a 5 count. Let's get something, but we can't just let them sit out there and dribble, all right? Everybody got that, okay? You girls got the ball. If we can bring somebody to come and trap, we may have to do that. We got 2 more fouls, and then they go to the 1-on-1. So if you see me start doing this, okay, then we got to foul and get to that point. All right? We got an eternity left. There's an eternity left in this game. There's all kinds of time left. We're just fine, okay, with that. All right, let's go. Come on.
That is head coach Kelly Anderson. And Jackie, after he graduated from Morningside, he started coaching football boys basketball, boys track and field at Central Webster, Southeast Webster. Told his wife, Nancy, don't let me ever coach girls. Moved to Ballard, started coaching girls, absolutely loves it. He says, it's been great. We have a daughter, I have 4 granddaughters now. I wouldn't change a thing. He loves these girls.
He sure does. He loves how well they listen, how well they play together. And they really feed off him too. You know, his calmness helps them stay calm. We saw in that huddle his steadiness earlier in the game. We saw him get after them a little bit, which they also talked about. But they definitely have a very mutual love for one another.
That was Jordan Stokes for Estherville Lincoln Central. Her 4 points all here in the second half. This is Levy on the drive. Gets a much-needed basket for Ballard. Levy 5 points in the first half. Tied Haley Stokes to lead all scorers at the break. Stokes guarded loosely here by Levy. Stokes gets by Levy. Shot is swatted away, but a bump underneath. I think the foul is on Hillebrand. He's coming up over the top.
The last several possessions, Coach Martindale is having his offense spread out, giving Haley Stokes space to work, knowing she can get around her own defender, gonna force the defense to make a decision, and trust in his freshman that she'll make the right call, and she has been.
Haley Stokes on the season, a 76% free throw shooter on the year. It's both of them here in the state championship game. 5 minutes to go. An 8-point lead. Reitz looking for help. Levy, a little pivot right to the basket, had a shot, gets her own rebound. Levy, 7 points. She has been the offense for Ballard. That shot does not fall, but an offensive rebound. And Rigby wanted to get that 3-point shot off, but the defense is just right in the faces of the opponent. There is more defense. Mitchell's the block on Reitz. These two Stokes girls, Jackie, their dad, Scott Stokes, is on the bench. They have been to the state tournament every year that they've been alive. Their dad brought them in diapers, brought them in the stands, wanted them to get a thirsting for the state tournament. And they do, and now they're here in the state championship game with an 8-point lead with 3:40 to go. Their dad, Scott, won a state championship in football at West Bend Mallard. He wants to see his 2 daughters at ELC win a state championship. Let's listen in to Don Martindale in his 5th year.
Jason's got the ball now. We're going to hit these free throws. Make sure, hey, strong with the ball now. Keep rebounding like you've been doing. Be strong with the ball. We got 4 timeouts left. Just finish this thing. What offense are we in? 5 out. 5 out.
If we happen to get in trouble, trapping,
just got
4 timeouts.
Yeah, get a timeout.
Don't throw it away.
Get in. Dig in now. Dig in. Hey, TNT on 3. 1, 2, 3.
TNT together, no excuses, no regrets, and toughness. That is the mantra for Estherville Lincoln Central.
When you just heard assistant coach Annie Kalu saying dig in, she has such tremendous rapport with the players, gets them through the ups, the downs, and everything in between. You hear her getting that last word in there.
Annie Kalous, assistant coach, a volunteer for ELC, a walk-on native, an Iowa girl herself, a 1991 Luther grad. She says these girls come ready every day, and they have cranked it up here in this second half. Rigby, you tell she wants to let that three-point shot fly. Here's a drive by Thompson, draws the foul on Tyndall.
Leah Thompson has really stepped up for Ballard all game. She has made some big plays when nothing else has really been going for Ballard. Offense out of sorts. She's been on the glass and gotten herself to the free throw line, which has been really important for Ballard.
Some fantastic head coaches, Estherville Lincoln Central, Don Martindale, Ballard's Kelly Anderson. Rebound by J.C. Anderson. And Stokes out to get the basketball. And Stokes gets fouled by Reitz. And it's a one-and-one opportunity coming for Jordan Stokes.
I really like Jordan Stokes' decision-making there. A lot of times late in the game, when you're up, you see players start to hesitate a little bit and play less aggressively. And she wasn't afraid to attack and stay in control. Ended up getting fouled there, but I loved her ability to stay in the aggressive mode.
Averages 7 points per game, gets 1 of 2. Three-point shot is good by Reitz.
You heard Coach Anderson say there's an eternity of time left.
Stokes drives, spins it home off the glass. A little English from the freshman.
Unbelievable play by the freshman. There was, looking up at the clock, an eternity of time, but you got to get stops. And the freshman makes the huge play. And that just might be the big difference maker in terms of the play and separating the score enough that ELC could come away with this win.
And with 2:46, Coach Martindale calls a timeout for Estherville Lincoln Central. Ballard trying to rally here. Let's listen in.
Get down here. Let's hit another shot, all right? Let's get one in the hoop. Everybody has to deny except on 22. Get the ball in her hands and then foul her right away, okay? Again, there's still plenty of time here. If we do that, okay? Get the ball in the hoop, foul the right people, all right? Let's go.
Nobody on 3. 1, 2, 3, nobody.
Goal for Ballard at the start of the year, a state championship. They're doing it for their community, for fans, as we talked about in the first half. Elmer Vespestad, a 1965 Ballard grad, right there in the hat. His son, Corey, co-football coach, longtime John Deere employee, was a bus driver for many, many years. He's seen some fantastic Ballard Bombers games. He'd love a fantastic fourth quarter rally.
Oh, he would. He would love to see this turn into a comeback victory. And, you know, it takes a village, as we've heard, and the community of people involved in both of these programs. The people are everything.
Saw a state championship a season ago, a 4A state title for Ballard. Levy trying to put more life into this Ballard crowd. Makes it an 8-point game, looking for a turnover. Now Tyndall gets it back to Stokes as ELC trying to close things out here in the fourth quarter. Trailed at halftime, but a huge third quarter. Outscoring Ballard 14-5. And winning this fourth quarter as well. And now a foul called on Thompson. Thompson, her third. Well, here's what Ballard needs more of, Jackie.
Made shots, and that's exactly what Coach Anderson asked for on the one end. He wanted a foul a little bit more quickly and on a different player on the other end. But sometimes you just gotta foul who's left, and Stokes is making them pay.
Haley Stokes, the freshman, at the free throw line. Now with 16 points for Estherville Lincoln Central. She had 5 at halftime. Turning it on in the clutch. And there's a tip pass by Stokes. The takeaway by Jordan. And the foul by Rigby. And back to the free throw line goes the freshman, Haley Stokes.
Well, in that possession there, Ballard needed to score quickly, get to the rim. They drove, and instead of taking the shot, looked for a teammate in the kickout, ended up in a turnover. They may look back at that. I mean, learning opportunity. I know there's several seniors that they will miss. But in those types of situations, you got to be aggressive and get to the rim quickly.
Stokes misses the free throw, so the lead stays at 10. Now an 11-point lead. Here's Levy attacking quickly. The kick out. Rigby fires a 3, but it's blocked out on the wing.
Blocked by Haley Stokes.
Guess who? Another defensive play from the freshman. Just a fantastic knack. That's something you only get if you come to the state tournament when you're in diapers. Every year you're alive. Get to that state basketball tournament. You just watch enough games. You have that instinct.
You're exactly right. Coach's kid. A lot of coaches' kids on this team in particular. You can tell in the way they play.
Second free throw falls. How about 8 of 9 at the free throw line? 19 points for Stokes. Here's Reitz. The drive gets bumped and will go to the line. Jordan Stokes supplying the defense. It's her third personal foul, so Meg Reitz to the free throw line. She's a 6-foot senior. Second on the team in scoring at 10 points per game. Leads the team in rebounds. Will play college basketball at Wayne State. Was a starter on last year's championship team. She's really worked on her outside shot in the last year. After the free throws, 12-point ELC lead. Stokes getting double teamed, getting triple teamed. Finally gets the foul call on Noe.
And there was just a nice smile exchange between freshman Haley Stokes and senior Caitlin Tyndall. That was pretty special. And coming into this game, Brad, we were sort of uncertain about Haley Stokes' condition. You know, we saw her leave the semifinal game early. She had hit the ground hard, went to the free throw line, didn't hit rim at all. You could tell she was pretty dizzy, and we didn't see her again the rest of the game.
Sat out the last few minutes of that semifinal game, but has played phenomenal in the championship game here. Final minute for Estherville Lincoln Central. A deep 3 from Levy, and a timeout taken by Ballard. That's the deficit to 11. Estherville Lincoln Central in their 5th title game, trying to close out their school's 2nd state championship.
Take it out at Bird right here. Boom, boom. All right, Haley, right here. Yeah, go, my bad. I want this, listen, my bad. I want you there. I want this person out of here. Okay, 4, this is Haley. No. This is JC. JC's taking the ball out. Okay, yep, Jordan. This is yep, Kate. And then I want the ball right here. That's where I want the ball. Got it? And then right here, Kate, you just take off. You go there. That's Haley, okay? Right there. Okay, here we go. 2-5, 1-3.
Estherville Lincoln Central trying to close out this 3A state championship game. Head coach Don Martindale looking for his first state title.
Brad, I think it was Coach Martindale who said one of these two teams are going to break loose. You know, these are two great defensive teams, but offensively, one of them's going to break loose. And in it was his squad, 10 points in the first half, 31 in the second. Of course, Haley Stokes, a huge part of that.
Haley Stokes, the freshman, they've updated our stats. 22 points for the freshman here in this game. That means 17 second half points alone.
Not a bad first experience at the state tournament and in the title game.
Going 3-0. Estherville Lincoln Central was here in 2019. This is their second trip with Coach Martindale. Coach Martindale always coaching. Mitchell's misses. Rebound saved by Noe.
Well, and Brad, for Estherville Lincoln Central, in addition to their two senior starters, Caitlin Tyndall and Jada Nichols, they had two other seniors, Gabby Paul and Abby Sander, also a part of that state tournament team in 2019. Those were names mentioned yesterday as well. They wanted to get back here one game at a time. They knew they could do this, and we're seeing it play out.
As the senior Tyndall throws it ahead, and Stokes will back it out, and we'll go back to the free throw line. 22 seconds up on the clock before Estherville Lincoln Central wins their first state championship. Jackie, this will be 40 years on the nose. 1982, Estherville won a 6-on-6 state championship.
You're giving me the goosebumps, Brad. I mean, it's incredible. We heard in the Roland Story special at halftime, any time you see anybody win a championship, it brings back that special feeling, that emotion. It's incredible, and for these players who, again, they've played together for so long, as you said, came to the state tournament, watched it, wanted to be here, never looked too far ahead, but just worked their tails off, didn't even do any conditioning drills this season because they worked so hard in practice, earning this tonight.
Levy, another last-second heave, and Estherville Lincoln Central is going to the bench. Coach Martindale with a fist up in the air. Bree Christopher, Riley Yeager, Gabby Paul, Hillary Rushy, Abby Sander, a senior, an Iowa Girls Coaches Association academic all-stater on the floor for Estherville Lincoln Central. There's Sander, the senior, and Christopher will hold it for the final seconds. Estherville Lincoln Central, 40 years after a 1982 6-on-6 title, they are your Class 3A state champions. There's the Stokes sisters. Haley Stokes, 24 points in this state championship game. As you see the pink championship t-shirts coming out, and the class of Coach Martindale and Coach Anderson, a post-game handshake. First state title for Don Martindale in his 21 years coaching girls basketball. See assistant coach Annie Calouse. Assistant Scott Stokes, David Nichols. a team effort.
Presenting the awards is Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau. Joining him are members of the IGHSAU Board of Directors, Jennifer Donalds, Ron Fadnitz, Russ Adams, Deanne Kramer, Travis Fleshner, and Greg Defoe. Your Class 3A All-Tournament team. From Ballard, Lily Beal. From Estherville Lincoln Central, Caitlin Tyndall. From Unity Christian, Tyra Scheidemann. From West Lyon, Brooklyn Meyer. From Ballard, Brooke Levy. And your Class 3A All-Tournament team captain. From Estherville Lincoln Central, Haley Stokes.
No doubt Haley Stokes, the captain of this year's 2022 3A All-Tournament team, 24 points in the championship game. As there you see 6 ladies that put it on the floor this week in Des Moines.
They sure did. There are some incredible seniors in that bunch going on to play college basketball. Those programs getting some great players, great people. How do you not look down, though, at the end there to Haley Stokes, the freshman, and just have a big smile on your face?
She opened up her state tournament experience with 16 points in the quarterfinals, 11 points in the semis, and 24 in the championship game.
Your 2022 Class 3A runner-up, the Ballard Bombers and head coach Kelly Anderson. And fans, let's hear it for your 2022 Class 3A champion, the Estherville Lincoln Central Midgets, and head coach Don Martindale.
There's the smiles. 40 years ago, Estherville had that same feeling, and it's back with this basketball team.
I always feel for both sides, right? Ballard, you see the tears in their eyes, hard-fought game, incredible season. They got to experience this feeling a year ago. You look now at ELC, it's been a long time. It's hard to feel nothing but goosebumps and have a big smile to just see how incredible. And there you see assistant coach Kalous, the dance they were all talking about yesterday that they wanted to see her do if they won the championship.
Annie Kalous cuts a rug, makes it official. Estherville Lincoln Central, win number 26, ends the season with a 3A state championship. Let's send it up to Paul Yeager here in Wells Fargo Arena.
Great job, Jackie and Brad. In 2019, when Estherville Lincoln Central tried to come to the state tournament, they nearly were snowed out. They had to take tractors to get to the buses before they could come. That was the big memory. It's been replaced by tonight's championship trophy. Haley Stokes, 19 points in the second half, 24 points total. Great job, congratulations. And that is going to do it for our first night of 2022 girls basketball tournament coverage here at Iowa PBS. We're back with even more action tomorrow. Our pregame show starts at 2 o'clock, so set a reminder. Join us then. Then we'll have the 4A, 2A, and 1A state championships, a full slate of hoops, and we hope that you'll join us for our live uninterrupted coverage here on statewide Iowa PBS. That's it from Wells Fargo Arena, and we will see you again tomorrow afternoon. Funding provided by
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
Small businesses are the backbone of Iowa's communities, and they are backed by Iowa banks. With advice, loans, and financial services, banks across Iowa are committed to showing small businesses the way to a stronger tomorrow. Learn more at iowabankers.com.